Hello friends, I'm Hemant Agarwal, host and coordinator of today's webinar conducted by chshelpforum.com. You can read various articles, download various applications, acts, and visit our earlier webinar videos from this website. This website is dedicated to various issues that can be experienced in cooperative housing societies. I request you not to interrupt the speaker. Type your queries in the chat box. Depending on the remaining time, queries will be taken up after the end of the speaker session. For today's topic, the first topic, that is refuge area, encroachments demolished along with managing committee's false ego. Friends, refuge area in a high-rise building is meant for emergency life-saving measures. Refuge area is an FSI-free area and has to remain compulsorily blank, empty, and unlocked at all times without any exceptions. Friends, our speaker, Mr. Yazdi Motiwala, is from Pune, and earlier he had spoken on the refuge area issue on 29th May. Friends, let me know if I am audible to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you. So, our speaker Yazdi Motiwala is from Pune, and earlier he had spoken on the refuge area issue on 29th May. Most of you know about it because you have heard him also and you have appreciated him also. Subsequently, we came to know that apprehensively out of shame and fear, entire MC Office Society have resigned on 31st May, and consequently a board of administrator was appointed. We will show you a short video clip of his refuge area, which was illegally encroached, and a toilet block and kitchen was constructed along with a full-fledged office that was functioning. Then after this video clip, somewhere around 23rd June, many part of the refuge area was demolished. We will show you this video clip after the first one. Just wait for a moment, we will show you the video clip, then we will continue. This is the first video clip where we can see the entire refuge area. This is the kitchen, office spaces, table, kursi, and everything, cupboards. With full-fledged toilet, bath also. Now we will show you the next video of the 23rd June, where many part of the refuge area was demolished. Now, this bathroom is demolished. The kitchen is demolished. Notice that there are doors and windows also in the refuge area. There are electrical fittings also in the refuge area, full-fledged electrical fittings. Debarred from becoming managing committee members for the next 5 years from date of such recovery order. This recovery order will typically be under section 88. Little process has to be done. but it is not complicated. It can be done. So once this thing is done, पैसा भी सोसाइटी में वापस करना है और वो 5 साल के लिए इलेक्शन भी कॉन्टेस्ट नहीं कर सकते। और सबसे बड़ी बात, जैसे मैंने आपको पहले बताया कि मैनेजिंग कमेटी का जो एटीट्यूड होता है कई मैनेजिंग कमेटी का, कि मन मर्जी का करना है और अपने मर्जी से दूसरे का पैसा मीन सोसाइटी मेंबरों का पैसा अपने मन मर्जी से खर्चा करना है, उसका वो एक ईगो फैक्टर भी डिमोलिश हो गया साथ में। Yazdi Saab has done a very brave job for benefit of all his society co-residents. And the most appreciative factor is that he has done it all alone. I repeat, all alone. I wish him luck and support for his efforts to recover the 6 lakh rupees from the society managing committee who encroached on the refuge area. Now, on behalf of all the participants, I invite today's speaker, activist Yazdi Motiwala Saab, to further share his experiences and motivate our friends into taking constructive actions for any wrong happenings in their own housing societies. Over to you, Mr. Yazdi. Thank you. Yazdi Saab, please go ahead.
Hi friends, good evening. First of all, thank you very much to Shri Advocate Hemanji for guiding me from time to time, and all our members who are 21 members right now currently watching me. And thank you very much for coming on the webinar and listening to me. As Shri Hemanji has informed you about the two videos, first initially it was the full-fledged refuge area illegal encroachment, and finally it has to be demolished by the PMC and fire department. But still I am not happy with them, so I am pursuing the matter further. I have succeeded in removing the electrical fittings, that is 11 tube lights were there, and 6 fans were there, and 1 exhaust fans were there. So I have been succeeded in removing not only the electrical fittings, but right from the cable down from the electrical meter room. I have taken the effort to remove the wires from the electrical main meter room to the 8th floor, so that in future, if they want to redo it, if on my death, after my death, if somebody comes and wants to redo the illegal refuge area back into the office, they have to put again the wires from the meter room. So I have taken that much of trouble. Now my grievances with the PMC and fire department is to remove the windows and doors and the flooring also, which I'm pursuing the matter with the PMC department and the fire department, and hope I'll succeed in that also. Even I have succeeded in all this managing committee, Gundagiri and Dadagiri, they were forced to resign on the 31st May. The entire committee of 8 members resigned on the 31st of May. Sorry. I got the section order 77 from the Deputy Register Pune, and I am one of the one member in the Board of Administrator now. I have been selected as one of the member in BOA also. Now, this is not only pertaining to an individual society. If I brief you on a larger picture, a big politics, how it goes in a big society, like how it is going on in our Ganga satellite society. There are bigger sharks than this, which I have noticed now. There are bigger sharks. Now, I will give you a small example that our society consists of 19 buildings. 19 buildings. Each building is on its own a cooperative housing society, and on top of that, there is a federation, there is an association of all these 19 buildings. Now, since I'm staying in this society for the last 16 years, and everybody know my action, what action I can take, and at what level I reach. So when my building society BOA members propose my name to come into the federation, even in the federation, they are not allowing me to add as a as a representative of my C2 building. So I have sent a letter. If you can read the letter, I don't know, but if you can read, I have sent them a letter also. So this is a bigger sharks. These are all bigger sharks. This is not only the society, but the entire federation is in the mode of minting money. This entire federation is a mode of minting money. There are few peoples, 9 peoples who run this entire federation. So I am being fighting now on a bigger cost now for the entire federation. So one thing I have noticed, that whenever you stay in the big cooperative housing society, there are lot and lot of loopholes, lot and lot of money manipulating, big money. Mostly all chairmen, all the chairman, treasurer, the secretary and the committee members of, sorry to say, but I am experiencing this in my society, because they are not respecting the order of the deputy register of 77. They are not including my name as a representative of a C2 building, and I am fighting that case now. I have even wrote a email to Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and I've been thinking his attention now. I'll be very soon publishing an article in the newspaper regarding this big sharks. So it's a very tedious. I didn't know that they would not be adding me in the federation group, because they are so scared that I will ask for all the documents, I will ask for all the accounts. So they are very scared now. They are not adding me. They are trying to take a buy time, because as per the order, in 3 months we have to set and this society into proper way of managing, and we have to elect an election in next 3 months as per the section 77 order. So they are time out. They are buying a time, that once this, already 1 month has passed now. Approximately, I got an order on 6th of July. So we are now 24th of July. So almost few days have been passed. Since I am writing them, they are not replying to me, and they are buying time from me. So I would request all, yeah, if we give little attention, if we are little vigilant, like be vigilant, not be afraid is a group of my name where I run this group. So I always tell, be vigilant. I mean, try to raise your voice, because these people are so coward that they have even blocked me from the WhatsApp group. So these people are very coward, because when people start doing wrong things, they don't like to be answered. They don't want to be answered in public. They are scared. They run away from you. And as I said in my first webinar, that you have to attack your enemies from all the sides. Remember, you have to use all your weapons, all your ammunitions. North, south, east, west, center, top, front, down, everywhere. Because they will get so much engrossed in that problems that they will quit, as my committee quit. They happily resign. But now, under guidance of Mr. Hemanji, in section 88, I am going to go for a recovery of 5,65,000, which they have spent on the refuge area. You won't believe, you will be shocked to hear, even the auditors are hands in gloves. My question to the auditor, I've even written an email to him, he has not yet replied. How can an auditor pass the accounts? How can a refugee area be created into an asset of the society office? So these people all are hands in gloves. Everybody is in hands in gloves. So we have to expose them. I even wrote to the auditor, if you're not going to reply and if you're not going to make a complaint to the deputy register regarding the society, I will complain to your highest authority of the auditors board, and I will see that you are also dismissed from your auditor license will also get dismissed. So my friends, my advice to you all, if you want to really go behind this white collar sharks, you have to really devote your time and attention and little bit of knowledge. And as I have purchased this book. It's a very, very effective book of housing society, which has cost only 450 rupees. And I am referring that every day to find out whatever more loopholes I can find in them. So my request to you all that please be vigilant in your housing society, attend your minutes, and as I said earlier also, tell them not give it to you by email. So when the notices and minutes are given by email, they cannot manipulate. What is happening in the larger society, they do not use emails. They only put it on the notice board, and they only make minutes and put it on the notice board. Nobody has got so much of powerful grasping power to remember what minutes was put 1 year before on the notice board. So then they manipulate meetings. But if the minutes and notice are sent by the email, they cannot manipulate it because it is already on your records of emails. And most of them, I notice in all the societies, they are the chairman or the secretary or the honorary treasurer are not signing the minutes. They only write for so and so society, which we should not accept at all. So I have changed in my society since I have become a BOA. All notices and all minutes are sent by email with proper signatures of all 3 BOA members. So thank you, Mr. Hemanji, for inviting me. Please take over from me.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Yazdi, very much. There are some queries.
Sorry, Mr. Hemanji, someone, Mr. Jindal has asked me what is the name of the book. So I am referring Housing Society Reference Diary 2021. I shall repeat, Housing Society Reference Diary 2021. Please go ahead, Hemanji.
Yes, sir. Thank you for all the efforts you have done. I again appreciate it, sir. And I'll request our friends, if they have any questions, please go ahead. In the chat box, Deepa Ravtani also is mentioning, requesting the name of the book. You have already shared it. Yes, the Vikrant Jindal has also, Nita also.
Yeah, the name of the book I shall again repeat is Housing Society Reference Diary 2021. Editor is Advocate B.S. Wadar and publisher is Wadar and Associates.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead, madam.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Well, about you, Mr. Yazdi, from regarding the refugee area in Ganga Satellite. I myself am an advocate. I live in Pune only.
Okay.
And you have really taken too many efforts. I congratulate you on your success up till now. And I wish that whatever efforts you are taking, you will definitely be successful in whatever you're doing. Okay, I have a question about the auditors. Okay, sometimes the auditors that the societies are appointing, they are somebody who is known to them. So, the auditor that the society appoints should be a neutral auditor who nobody knows. Like, then there is a cartel. Once a cartel is formed where people are known to each other, then this chain process of, each one defending the other goes on and corruption takes place. So don't you think that you said that you have written a letter to the chief minister so that you should make certain such points and add on to him in case you meet him or want to write further letters? Even I'm going to take up the issue with Hemant sir, that we need such amendments where the managing committee has to be made liable. They cannot play with people's money, the members who trust them. Please, I want your say on the matter, sir.
Madam Fatima, good evening with due respect to you. If you read in this book of Housing Society Reference Diary 2021, it clearly states that the auditor has to be appointed from the societies with deputy register on the panel of deputy registers over there. You cannot appoint somebody who is not in the panel.
Yes, I know, I'm aware of that. But the panel who
Haji, please go ahead. the housing society has got a panel of auditors, and from that panel of auditors, only the cooperative housing society should appoint an auditor. That is clearly mentioned in that book. Mr. Hemanji, am I right?
What is the
Yes, sir.
process
The
of
cooperative
joining the panel?
department maintains a list of the panel auditors.
Correct.
Okay.
So which may include chartered accountants as well, or GDCA done courses people also. There is a course called GDCA where you have to do that course, and then you need to impanel yourself with the DGR's office or the relevant authorities office as per the district, and then you become eligible to do audit of cooperative housing societies. So if you are not impaneled, you have no right to do audit of any society.
But Hemant sir, you find that the deputy registrar and the staff itself are hands in glove with the managing committee. So indirectly, even the panel auditors become a part of this whole system where the corruption takes place. So how to tackle
Madam,
that?
philosophically, you are right. No doubt about it. I agree to it. But it is philosophically. We cannot generalize and say कि सभी auditor corrupt है, सभी society corrupt है, या सभी authority corrupt है. It's actually not a very good suggestion, not a very good suggestion or a thought. But yes, majority of them are yes, because typically the law of this cooperative thing in our Maharashtra, specifically MCA's Act, is like, haywire type of thing, fuzzy logic. कुछ confirm नहीं है क्या होना है क्या नहीं होना है. It is like a vague law. So there are several thousands of loopholes in that, and you can circumvent very easily. So the law has to become tight enough, which is a rare possibility. Every law, आप कोई भी law ले लो, even if you take IPC or if you take Consumer Protection Act or anything, there are various loopholes. I can list out thousands and thousands of loopholes collectively from such law books. So, but ठीक है, अगर ऐसा हुआ भी है, if a person is dynamic and interesting enough in the society, he can get his accounts audited at his own expenses through the government auditor. Then he will not be a panel auditor. Okay, he will be a government auditor. Government cooperative sector के पास उनका खुद के auditor section है, तो वहां पे आप अप्लाई करो, ऑडिट करवा लो. अब बस इतना ही है उसके अंदर तकलीफ कि वो ऑडिट का पैसा आपको खुद अपनी जेब से देना है. But that audit will be literally I'm using again a philosophical word, but literally all proof. There will be loopholes again in that. Depends on the caliber of the auditor to do audit. Not everybody is going to do a forensic audit, remember that. सादा ऑडिट लोगे, वाउचर लोगे, बिल्स लोगे, मैनेजिंग कमेटी मिनट्स पढ़ोगे कि भाई ये अप्रूव हुआ या नहीं हुआ है. बाद में ये रह जाएगा कि भाई ये 5 लाख रुपए का खर्चा है, मैनेजिंग कमेटी ने तो कर दिया, लेकिन जनरल बॉडी का अप्रूवल कहीं लिया नहीं था. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल यजदी साहब के केस में ले लो, अगर 6 लाख रुपया जो रेफ्यूज एरिया बनाने में लगा, तो खर्चा कहीं ना कहीं जनरल बॉडी से अप्रूवल लिया रहा, टेढ़ा मेढ़ा काम करके लिया होगा, अप्रूवल लिया होगा. लेकिन उन दिनों के ऑडिटर ने वो जनरल बॉडी का ये चेक नहीं किया, मिनट्स नहीं चेक किया कि भाई अप्रूवल दिया हुआ है. फिर उसके पहले ये चेक करना चाहिए था कि ये प्रपोजल जनरल बॉडी के सामने लाने के लिए मैनेजिंग कमेटी मिनट में पहले जो पास करना था वो किया है या नहीं किया हुआ है. ये सब इंटरलिंकिंग डॉक्यूमेंट्री एविडेंस चेक करना बहुत जरूरी है उसके अंदर. आई मीन इफ यू वांट टू do proper justice to your duty, then you need to do this thing. So if the auditor has not done it, then it will be categorized as what कि उसने ड्यूटी को ठीक से बजाया नहीं अपनी. That's all.
Hemant sir, may I talk in this regard?
Thank you, Yazdi sir.
Welcome,
sir.
Welcome.
Uday ji, आप
Sir, I am
yes.
Uday Kumar Tandale speaking.
Yes, sir.
Director of Navi Mumbai Cooperative Housing Federation.
Okay.
In this regard, I want to say the appointed auditor is to be appointed first in the general body. Approval for the auditor is required, even though he is on the panel. And
Correct.
it is a full-fledged possibility to all the members of the general body, whether it is to be approved or not.
Yes, sir. Now, what happens is under section 75, there are provisions of few parameters that need to be done in an annual general body meeting. I'm repeating, annual general body meeting and not a special general body meeting. अब उसमें आपको ऑडिटेड बैलेंस शीट पब्लिश करना है, फिर मैनेजिंग कमेटी का वर्किंग रिपोर्ट देना है, फिर बजट प्रोजेक्शन शीट देना है, और उसी में एक ये है टू अपॉइंट ऑडिटर वगैरह. तो दिस डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ अपॉइंटिंग ऑडिटर इज वेस्टेड विद द जनरल बॉडी. पर अब यहाँ पे एक टेक्निकल चीज ऐसा आती है कि जनरल बॉडी में मानो 100 मेंबर्स हैं, और 100 मेंबर में से सिर्फ 5 मेंबर भी ये कहते हैं कि सर आई एम रिकमेंडिंग ऑडिटर ए, the other one says I'm recommending auditor B, and so on. Up there are 5 recommendations of the auditor. Whom are you going to appoint? The question becomes this thing. It is not a matter of voting, etc. Okay. Next, supposing if you are not able to appoint auditor in your AGM, then what happens? You have to intimate to the DR office, who in turn will refer the matter to DDR. That was the procedure. If it has changed, then I am not aware of it as of today's date due to this pandemic position. And then the DDR would see कि ऑडिटर अपॉइंट नहीं हुआ है. क्या होता है जब एजीएम में ऑडिटर अपॉइंट करो, उसका अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर दो, ऑडिटर की लायबिलिटी है कि वो अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर वेबसाइट में अपलोड करे वगैरह वगैरह. अगर डीडीआर ये देखता है कि ऑडिटर अपॉइंट नहीं हुआ है, तो वो ऑडिटर अपने तरफ से अपॉइंट करेगा. दैट विल बी अगेन ए पैनल ऑडिटर, नॉट फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट ऑडिटर साइड, एंड द ऑर्डर ऑफ द डीडीआर विल बी फाइनल इन दैट रिस्पेक्ट. बट यू आर राइट, ऑडिटर हैज टू बी अपॉइंटेड इन एन एजीएम, बट देयर आर अगेन टेक्निकलिटीज व्हिच आई हैव जस्ट एक्सप्लेन्ड टू यू. Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Kishore Kannade has put the Housing Society reference diary details on the chat box. Everybody is requested to check it out, copy paste it into your folder. There is a question by Mr. Paz Meet. If auditor has provided false information, can IPC section 182 be applied against auditor? Auditor always declares in his auditor report कि मैं ये जो audit कर रहा हूँ, it is true and best to my knowledge. Now, if he is deliberately not doing it, presume for a moment कि 100 रुपए का बिल है, लेकिन वाउचर बना हुआ है 200 रुपए का, and yet he approves that voucher, then he becomes liable for cheating, fraud, etc., etc. He is a party to all this nuisances along with the managing committee. That is going to be presumed. And if you want to file a police complaint or a criminal complaint, you need to have that documentary evidence to that. But it is possible. Auditor is liable for any false declarations or false audit that he may have conducted. It is a tedious process, but it is doable. It is a possibility.
Yeah, hello, sir. Can I add? This is Mitesh.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. Congratulations for your efforts. My question was, I stay in Pune only. In our audit report, it has been mentioned that the society has given everybody the share certificate, but we haven't got the share certificate. And in the subsequent, when we brought this to the notice of the auditor, he changed it, saying that it has not been provided. So he was well aware that false information has been provided. So in this case, can we take the IPC section against him?
You can. You need to prove it. As I said earlier, everything under criminal law has to be proved by documentary evidences, by witnesses, मे बी विटनेसेस के नाम पे आपके पास में ऑडियो वीडियो एविडेंस हो, documentary evidence, but it needs proving. It is a possibility. Very tedious thing, but it is a possibility. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions by anybody else, please? To Mr. Yazdi. Sir, anybody else wants to ask any question to Mr. Yazdi or regarding today's topic, please?
I would request Shri Hemantji, can you please show them the photographs of the fans and tube lights which we have removed?
Yazdi sir, presently I am not in a position to do so.
Okay, sir. Not an issue. Not an issue, sir.
Because that display of the video, etc., is done by our webmaster. And
Okay,
at the
sir.
moment, we haven't shared that thing with our webmaster.
No, not an issue, sir.
All these things have to be predetermined.
Not an issue, sir. Not an issue, sir. I thank everybody for hearing me out and wish you all the best. And as I said, be vigilant in your society and you will also achieve good results, good desired results. Thank you very much, Hemanji, for inviting me. Thank you very much all and good night.
Mr. Yazdi, we want to thank you specially. I personally want to thank you for all your brave efforts that you are doing. And I assure you of all the support that is possible.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you very much.